Cut that shit, Sasha! Cut my music! My amplified unit! What's rocking on this early Saturday morning or evening, wherever you are in the world? We're gonna talk some Smackdown in just a few minutes, man. The brand split is officially over. I don't care if WWE made a statement or not. BC's making the statement. The brand split's over. Matt Riddle's showing up. He doesn't even have a championship anymore. He's just showing up. He's like, hey, I'm not done with you two yet. Sami Zayn showing up to Raw just because he likes the bloodline, wants to be in there. So all of a sudden he goes to Raw. Still don't know why the Usos are able to go there just because Roman said so. In the dark matches, you have Cody and Seth Rollins rocking out every week. Cody and Rollins on SmackDown's dark matches. And Kevin Owens, he's having the KO show last night. Kevin Owens. Oh yeah, fresh Starbucks coffee just got done, man. We're about to finish. Put the fine details on that Starbucks coffee in a second. Kevin Owens just shows up with a KO show on SmackDown. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Old Wizard of Oz, right? Pay no attention to guys on Raw having his show on SmackDown. Nobody gives a fuck anymore. Vince McMahon didn't even take a moment to give an explanation. There's no wild card rule, which was always stupid anyway. There was always some excuse that Vince was given. Now it's just have at it, man. It's a fucking chaotic shit show circus. Everybody knows it. Why try to hide it? I mean, Vince has reached a point he doesn't even try to hide shit anymore. He had such a vendetta against Sasha and Naomi, he was willing to expose the industry, his own company, to try to throw a dig and a smear campaign at Naomi and Sasha Banks. So he says we're a scripted television show and they're just performers. This guy doesn't give a fuck anymore. He's liquidating. He wants out. He's going to sell that fucking company, probably to The Rock, Nick Khan, and Comcast Universal Peacock. They'll end up buying WWE by within the next calendar year, by the end of 2023, I would guess. Speaking of The Rock, we're about to talk about him a little bit as well, because Johnny Depp may have just taken The Rock out of WrestleMania for next year. We thought the same thing about Will Smith. Now it looks like it's Johnny Depp. Captain Jack Sparrow from the Pirates of the Caribbean taking The Rock out. Because The Rock is taking Johnny Depp out. What am I talking about? We'll discuss this in about a couple of minutes. How's that? So there's a lot to get to. I gotta make my coffee. And I want to start this off. It's not going to be a real cold open. It's just going to be a couple of favors. Number one, obviously, when you come in, you should be doing it anyway. Smash that motherfucking like button. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere down below. Smash that shit. Don't press it. Give it an amplified elbow. Or the most awe-inspiring, ultra-devastating move in all of professional wrestling in this industry. You can give that like button a fruit roll-up and pin it. But either way, make sure you pin that like button, smash that for the algorithm. The platform still hasn't came around to the BC Amplified channel. They still think I'm this chaotic, controversial character on the platform, so they don't want to push. But you guys can help that by pushing, smashing, amplifying that like button down below. So that's the first thing. Number two, what I would ask you guys to do is I'm seriously thinking about doing an AEW live watch-along reaction play-by-play commentary tomorrow night for Double or Nothing. I've never done a live stream for Double or Nothing, or for AEW, especially Double or Nothing. Never did a Dynamite or anything like that. This would be hard because Tony Khan is already packing 13 matches onto this son of a bitch. One of them will be over on the pre-show, the buy-in. But it's going to be a long event, over 4 hours. On top of that, there's a Game 7 between, I believe, the Celtics and the Heat. I believe the Heat won last night, so that is going to force a Game 7. I'll recheck my facts. I forgot what I viewed last night. I had so much business. I had so much to try to get to view. Everything is a shitstorm right now. So I think there is a Game 7. Tony Khan has already said he's going to take his event and structure it around Game 7. Now, I don't agree with that. I say put on your best show. Do not bore your fans for an amount of time because other fans might be watching basketball. I don't like this approach. It seems like there's going to be a lot of dead spots during the event. If you look at half the card, I mean, it's a lot of schmaz matches. You're going to burn your crowd out within the first 4 to 5 matches, I believe. So, Tony Khan is playing with treacherous waters. He's playing on some dangerous territory, some dangerous grounds. But we're going to put the faith in him that he knows what he's doing. And BC kind of wants to rock out the entire night tomorrow and watch this whole thing live. It's going to be more of play-by-play style because a lot of people still don't watch AEW or are not going to spend $50 on the pay-per-view. So they'll tune into BC, and I really want them to feel like they're getting all the action still. Just like you would listen on the radio to a NASCAR event or a baseball game or football. Basically, BC will be your radio broadcast, right? So tune right here to the tube, and I'll be giving you play-by-play. Not just my opinion on shit. I'll be calling the action, man. I'll be channeling my inner Mauro Ranallo, my inner old-school Jim Ross. But I need to know that you guys want to do that. Now, I asked you in yesterday's video, a shit ton of you guys said, first of all, you participated, and you said, fuck yes. But I need to really make sure. So, again, I'm going to ask, if you guys would like to see an AEW Double or Nothing live reaction, watch along, play-by-play commentary tomorrow night, the entire event, the good, the bad, and the ugly, by the way. So it's still going to be a review. You guys are going to choose, though, after every match. I'll put a poll up. You guys choose every match where it goes. I think that would be kind of fun, but I want to know what you guys think. So let me know again. If you guys already told me what you thought in yesterday's video, feel free to tell me again to reassure BC that this is what you guys would like to see, or at least that a lot of you guys would like to see it, because I wouldn't mind doing it. And I did structure the time to do so. So let me know down below. Those are the two things, man. Smash that like. And let me know if you guys are interested in an AEW Double or Nothing live play-by-play commentary tomorrow from yours truly, BC. Now I'm going to make my coffee. And then I'm going to get to Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp, and The Rock, and how they're intertwined and how this affects WrestleMania. And then we're going to get to the end of the brand split because this company is fucking clueless, and they put on one of the worst Smackdowns I've ever seen in my existence, in our existence. And it's simply fucking unacceptable. But first, if you don't want to see me make this whole coffee, we're going to go to a commercial, we're going to go to an ad, then we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about Johnny Depp and The Rock, and unfortunately SmackDown. But Sasha, take him to a commercial. Take him to an ad. All right, hold on. What the fuck is going on? All right, my sugar's bunching up. All right, here we go. Put some sugar in that bitch. This is a Starbucks, by the way. We got the Starbucks toffee nut. That's what we're rocking with today, man. I know. You guys were hoping for the Folger, so you get the jingle, all right? You ain't getting the jingle today. Today's Starbucks is in our cup. We get the magic potion in there, man. Yes. Sasha's upset with me because she asked me if she had nobody to go to the Chip and Dale's Rescue Rangers new movie. And I'm like, do I look like somebody do I look like somebody that likes Chip and Dale, the Rescue Rangers? Do I look like somebody who's a Chipmunks fan? I mean, come on, Sasha. So she got upset with me because I'm not going to the fucking movies to see Chip and fucking Dale. The winner of this match, and new. Every time I clink the side of the fucking thing, it sounds like the bell from back in the day. Ding, 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 ding. The winner of this match, right? Howard Finkel. And new, the Immortal Hulk Hogan. Hey, salute, man. Somebody will go watch Chip and Dale, the Rescue Rangers with you. I'm just not a big Chipmunks kind of guy. Salute, my amp unit. Of course we're playing, man. I fucking love Chip and Dale the Rescue Rangers. Of course I'm gonna see the fucking movie. Not sure when, though. I'm not sure when I'm gonna be able to catch the movie because I still have to watch the fucking rest of Stranger Things Season 4. The first part, anyway. Netflix is doing this new thing where they're switching all their shows up in two halves. So my Ozark show got switched up into two halves. And now they're doing the same thing with Stranger Things, but I'm still supporting Stranger Things. This is Dustin's cat for anybody that's caught the new season. This might look familiar. It's also in those Domino's commercials that are out for Stranger Things. So I'm supporting, man. I'm supporting my Chip and Dales. I love when the 80s comes back to life or the 90s. I'm supporting my I'm supporting, man. I'm supporting. I support things that I love. All right. That's enough, rambling about who the fuck knows what. Let's talk about Captain Jack Sparrow, Pirates of the Caribbean. Johnny Depp found himself in some hot waters over the last 6 years, and that ended up going into a strange relationship with Disney, also Warner Brothers, which took him out of the Harry Potter Fantastical Beasts series. J.K. Rowling, the writer of Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts, wanted Johnny Depp very much in that big lead heel role, and he was casted as such, but Warner Brothers finally had to pull the plug. There was a whole issue I'm not going to get into. They just had a whole trial about it. Maybe some of you guys have heard about it, but he's been taken out of the Pirates of the Caribbean, or they ditched him first, and then he vowed that he's never going to return because he felt they turned their back on him. So either way, Johnny Depp is no longer going to be Captain Jack Sparrow. Now, I never seen the movies, but I do know one thing. There's no Pirates of the Caribbean if there's no Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow. I think we all can agree on that. That's fucking ridiculous to think that the lead fucking guy, the guy that put pirates on the map, is now going to be replaced. Now, here's where the fucking, the ludicrousy enters, and Disney's only choice, if you think about it. So it's a smart play to try to get anybody to go and see this fucking thing without Johnny Depp. It's the same thing I said about Aladdin and Will Smith. They're talking about The Rock replacing Johnny Depp for Pirates of the Caribbean, the next movie. The Rock is going to be a fucking pirate. Not just any pirate, Captain Jack Sparrow. The Rock is going to replace Johnny Depp. I feel like I'm living in the upside down with Stranger Things. Now, I just made a video a few weeks ago about Disney wanting The Rock to replace Will Smith because Will Smith recently found himself in hot waters. He slapped the shit out of Chris Rock live during an award show, and he got canceled out. So it seems like Disney's new thing for everybody that's getting canceled left and right. Will Smith, Johnny Depp, who the fuck knows who's next. Disney's answer is we're going to bring in The Rock says. The Rock can replace your candy ass. It's a little bit more Stone Cold. That wasn't The Rock. I think Disney is just thinking The Rock can replace anybody. He's that charismatic. He's that fucking, he's that amazing that he can channel the inner Will Smith and he can become Aladdin. But that was the latest word that we got, is that Will Smith, who, by the way, Sasha, in post-edit, you gotta put up Will Smith as Aladdin. You gotta put him up, because if anybody tells me that doesn't look like Kofi fucking Kingston, if you told me Kofi Kingston was playing Aladdin, I'd probably fucking believe you. I never saw the movie. But if you showed me the pic, I'd be like, damn, they gussied up Kofi. Aladdin Kingston. Anyway. And then The Rock. The Rock is what we're hearing because Will Smith got canceled. The Rock is going to replace him and become Aladdin. So, Sasha, now you got to put up. I don't care how you got to find this. If you got to make it yourself. I don't give a fuck. Find this on the interweb machine. I want to see The Rock as Aladdin. I need to visualize how the fuck The Rock would be Aladdin. Put it up, Sasha, somehow. In post-edit. The fucking Rock. Oh, there you go. Oh, she put it up already. Look at that. I knew I hired her for a reason. Best assistant ever. Actually got me the fucking Chippendales mug too, man. She knows I love Chippendales, dude. We get another swig. Best assistant ever. Look at the fucking Rock as a fucking genie, as Aladdin. Oh, no, he wouldn't be Aladdin, right? I can't say Aladdin. Aladdin's the other character, right? He's the genie. So Will Smith is, I shouldn't say Will Smith is, I don't fucking watch the movie, dude. We used to fucking watch it, the cartoon version 100 times during school for some reason. I have no idea why. Put on a Disney movie and shut everybody up. So growing up, all you had in your fucking ear, a whole new world. So anyway, back on track, man. The Rock as a genie isn't enough for Disney, right? Now they're going to replace Johnny Depp, who's just been canceled, and they're gonna make. Now Johnny Depp was fucking Captain Jack Sparrow. Sasha, put him up. Okay, that's a fucking pirate. In Johnny Depp's own words, he made that character, man. They didn't like a lot of the aspects that he was bringing to the table, but he said, this is the character or I can't do it. Like, I need to feel the character, and this is what it's evolving into. And Disney's like, fine, do what you gotta do. And it became one of the most iconic characters in Disney's history. So that's the fucking pirate. Now they want The Rock to become the fucking pirate. Not just any pirate. Captain Jack Sparrow. Now, I got a visual, just like I needed the visual The Rock as a genie. I gotta picture this dude as a pirate. So, Sasha, put him up, man. Let's see The Rock as a pirate. The fuck is that? What the fuck is that? What is that? Sasha, that's not that. He's got a fucking little pirate hat on. That's like a hat you'd get at Burger King after you get the number 2 Whopper meal. And they give you a little fucking paper fucking pirate hat. I want to see The Rock as a real pirate, Sasha. Do some digging. Come on. You're not just any assistant. You're the assistant. Come on, man. Sasha's got a... I don't want to see The Rock with a pirate hat on. Is that how... Could you imagine if that's how he appears in the movie? That's what I'm talking about. Oh my goodness, that is one ugly pirate. I love The Rock, but damn! Let's try to get Johnny Depp back, thank you. Let's try to get Mr. Jack Sparrow back, the original. This is not going to work out for BC. That is one fucking bad... pirate. So I don't know if The Rock is going to be a genie, The Rock is going to be a pirate, The Rock is going to be an astronaut, The Rock is going to be fucking the new Winnie the Pooh. Who the fuck knows? He'll be the next Chip and Dale movie. What I do know is that all of this impromptu filming that is going to happen, if he's going to do one of these movies, let alone both, you gotta believe that the 3 months that he had fucking planned out to train hardcore and get ready, back into ring shape, get into that ring for WrestleMania next year against Roman Reigns, that is drastically in question, because I assure you, a $35 to $45 million payday when it's all said and done with any one of these movies is gonna far surpass your little $1.5 million payout from Vince for Mania. It's gonna surpass it, it's gonna precede it, it is going to overshadow it. WrestleMania will take an instant backseat. That phone call may have already came into Vince. Dude, sorry, we can't do next year in LA. Maybe though, for the ceremonial 40th WrestleMania in 2 years, I'll be ready for that. But Disney really needs me. And I told you guys, Disney and The Rock are hand in hand as of late, man. Disney has made The Rock their new golden boy. Anytime they're in any type of trouble, The Rock is there to dig them out. And this relationship with Disney will far amount to way more than any relationship with Vince McMahon. I'm hoping we still get the Roman Reigns Rock match at Mania next year. It makes sense. We can't prolong this any longer. This is the match that needs to happen, the dream match, if you will, to many. WrestleMania 40, you're asking a lot, and you're asking for an older Rock, and we don't know where Roman Reigns' character trajectory will be from there. A lot of people are already saying, even though Roman's been doing the best work of his career, a lot of people are saying they're already bored of Roman. Roman's the only one getting any type of fucking rocket put on his back, and that's killing the company even more. I can't even argue that point anymore. I can't even say they're wrong. I still love Roman's work, and I think he's doing the best of his career, and I think he needs to be a heel and stop giving the hoorah speeches at the end of fucking events when the cameras go off, or at dark matches, live events, when he's saying, oh, thanks for coming out. We love you just as much as you love us, and much respect. Drive home carefully. What are you doing, Roman? You're the fucking diabolical heel, dude. And part of me, I'm glad that He's not doing live events anymore, so he can't put his own foot in his mouth. And Vince can't have him do stupid shit. He's in a match in the main event. He's the ultimate bad guy. Everyone's booing the shit out of him. And then when the match is over, he gets on the mic and he becomes the ultimate good guy. You talk about blurring the lines. I couldn't imagine being a fan today. A younger fan. I could not imagine watching pro wrestling and not knowing what is what, who is who. Is there a good guy? Is there a bad guy? Why should I give a fuck? I mean, the questions that I would have as a young fan, it's sad. And I'm so glad I grew up with the 80s and 90s of pro wrestling. So I really understood it for what it was based on the foundational principles, and what it should still stand on going forward. Today, wrestling is just shit the bed, and Vince McMahon keeps exposing it. Just when you think he can't expose it anymore, he'll go out and say, fucking, we're a scripted television weekly program. They're just performers. This is all fucking fake bullshit. Just to fucking throw Sasha Naomi under the bus and have a smear campaign just so your narrative can get out there. You're willing to expose the business even more? Bro, kayfabe is all but dead. Everybody knows this is scripted, pre-planned, rehearsed, even at 5-6 years old. Back in the day, you still believed, like Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny. These days, you come out of the womb and you know that wrestling is a fucking hoax. The wrestlers themselves, the promoters, are helping to kill pro wrestling way more than any fan base. So we'll see what happens with The Rock, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Rock and Aladdin, Will Smith, Johnny Depp. We'll find out all that shit and how and if it affects WrestleMania 39 with the Roman Reigns. Thank you guys, man. I know we had a lot to talk to before we got to SmackDown. Now, that's probably the best part of the fucking show, because now we got to get to what was actually, I'll say this right from the jump, I'll save you guys the time. If you don't want negativity, if you want a positive review, you can probably leave right now. There's no probably, you can leave now. Please come back, or not please, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna fucking sleep like a baby at night no matter what. But you can come back. Love to have you, especially if you're a subscriber. Much love and respect. If this is not your cup of coffee, and you just want to hear positivity, this is not going to be the review for you. I'm telling you right now, I did not enjoy this show. This show was all over the place. This show made no sense. This show was actually really bad. And BC's going to have to talk about it, because that's what we do. Salute. And again, I have to ask again, man. Make sure you guys tell me if you want to see an AEW live play-by-play reaction watch-along tomorrow for Double or Nothing. Do you want to see a live stream tomorrow? My first ever for AEW. It's going to be long. I want to do the whole event if I can, if possible, but you guys got to let me know that's something you're going to be interested in. If not, we'll just do the show the next day, and we'll just do a regular review. Get a swig of coffee. We'll start SmackDown 5/27/22. Memorial Day weekend, which means Monday night on Raw, you're going to see Lacey Evans. Oh, fuck. You're going to get the violins with Lacey Evans, man. Memorial Day. She's going to soak that up for everything it's worth. Salud. Chip and Dale. Rescue Rain. Chip and Dale. When you find him. You know I'm on day. Chip and Dale. I don't know the old theme song. I don't know any of the words. Can you tell? I used to love it, though. Not like DuckTales, man. Life is like a hurricane. It's in DuckTales. It might solve a mystery, or rewrite history. DuckTales. Oh, the coffee's kicking in. I'm out there. I think I'm trying to do anything other than recite this trash from last night. But let's do this. The Usos, one of my favorite tag teams in the world. I say this all the time with the Briscoes. The Usos start the show and completely... And by the way, Tony Khan recently said that he admitted the Briscoes have such a rich history with ROH, basically saying you haven't seen the last of the Briscoes in AEW ROH in some form. They've never been in AEW, but ROH. I hope he sticks to that. The Briscoes deserve a big spotlight, man, and hopefully Tony Khan can give them that. Now, back up to my other favorite tag team, the Usos. They start the show, and I agree. They should have all the titles. They're the best tag team in WWE for sure, and one of the best teams in the world. So for anybody thinking I'm going to shit on them having 2 pairs of belts, no, you can give them 10 pairs of belts and I'd believe it. So the Usos start the show, completely fuck with the crowd, man. At first you think they're faces, and you don't even bat an eyelash anymore because that's what Vince McMahon does with all his talents. Every other week is something different. They come out as faces, they come out as heels, Charlie Flair, whether it's the fucking Usos, it could be Street Profits. You never know if the Street Profits are heel or face. Go back to the last 3 months of booking, the last 2, the last 1. Every week there's something different. Street Profits. So even though you kind of felt like they were fucking with the crowd and there's going to be a dinger at the end, that's going to make the crowd groan and go like, why did we fall for it? There was a part of you that said, no, this is what Vince does. Go out there because Roman's not in the arena. You guys just make them smile. That's WWE's MO. Make everybody smile. Right? And cheer for you. So you didn't know if there was going to be a punchline at the end. They were talking about how this is their 12-year anniversary, 12 years of WWE. And even though they were away from their families for so long and so many days, you know who was there for them? You. All of you guys were there for the Usos. So it kind of gets a little chair, a cheer, not a chair shot. Roman comes out of nowhere with a chair, takes him out. But it gets a cheer from the crowd. Not a big one either, man. I think maybe a lot of the crowd knew that they were fucking with him, or they just didn't care. WWE is so lackluster. I don't even know if there was pyro last night to start the show. There was no excitement. The crowd probably didn't even know they were live on the air yet. Probably thought it was a dark segment. So anyway, they're saying we needed, or you guys were always there for us throughout the whole 12 years, and they're really being emotional and showing their face side. And then all of a sudden he said, we needed none of you for each of the 12 years. You were there for us. We needed none of you. And they totally start mocking the crowd. The crowd's like, fuck you. So I thought that was actually really good. Shinsuke Nakamura then hits the top of the ramp asking for a tag title match with his mystery partner. What the fuck is Shinsuke doing? You just got rid of Freddie Mercury, the lead singer of Queen. That's who he looks like anyway. Rick Boogs! You just got rid of him through injury. You know, it just looks so stupid. Like he doesn't want anything to do with a singles title. It makes him look so bad. So he goes out there and he says he's got a mystery partner and he wants a tag title match. So his mystery partner is Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle is on Monday Night Raw. Matt Riddle's not even a champion. He has no reason to be on SmackDown other than, oh yeah, it's officially done. There's no more brand split. BC is officially telling you this. I don't give a fuck if basically, WWE didn't issue an official statement yet, so you can't use the word official. I'm using official because BC officially said it. I officially said it. The brand split's done. There is no more. Vince doesn't give a fuck to the point where he, at any given show, on any given night, will have half of another roster on the show without explanation. It doesn't even matter to Vince anymore. So why the fuck should it matter to us? Why should we actually act? Because it's acting. It's some Johnny Depp acting. Why should we, or I should say Amanda Heard acting? Because that's the real acting in that courtroom. That's another story. Why should we act like there's 2 separate rosters? There's not. This is just one fucking roster, and Vince McMahon has created a fucking illusion that he's not even following the rules by. So BC's done with it too, and I hope you are too. There's no more. So Matt Riddle just shows up. And he's like, yeah, this is my new tag team partner from SmackDown, but I'm on Raw. But we still want a match. And for Hell in a Cell, they'll probably make that match. A Raw guy who's got no fucking title. He was a former champion with Randy Orton, but he's not. What the fuck? Or was he was a Raw guy, right? Was he on SmackDown before he won the? Yeah, he was the Raw Tag Champion. What am I saying? I started saying. You see what just happened there, guys? Do you see what just fucking happened? It's so fucking. It's so mind-bogglingly confusing that BC himself had to second guess him. I had to start questioning where the fuck Riddle even got drafted to originally. And this is why we can no longer care about this. Because none of the fucking rules are applying to the company. Vince is not following any of this shit. Fans care more. Fans care more. Fans remember who got drafted where. Fans remember this shit. The company doesn't give a fuck about it. You're telling me that's not sad? None of this makes sense, bro. None of it. So one of my favorite tag teams in the world, the Usos, I can't even say, this is going to be a good match, though. Somebody I respect so greatly like Shinsuke Nakamura. This is going to be fun. No, it's not. I just saw Shinsuke and Rick Boogs versus the Usos 67 times. Now you're just switching out one guy out of the 4. This is what I mean. There's no care or effort being put into this, and I bet you Vince doesn't even remember any of the matches with the Usos and Shinsuke in previous. None of the Vince doesn't remember what happened 10 minutes ago. The only thing Vince loves to do is rip shit up minutes before and switch things, because at his fucking age, that's the only thing he can fucking do. Create chaos. So when this first segment was done, BC was like, none of it made sense. None of it. And it just makes the product even worse than it already is when nothing makes sense. Then we get Raquel, Gonzalez, and Ronda Rousey. Wait till you hear this shit. Hold on. I need another swig on this, man. Chip and Dale can't even fucking rescue any of us from this type of bullshit. Raquel Gonzalez versus Ronda Rousey in a number 1 contenders match. Okay, now I want you guys to think about this, because just last, or 2 weeks ago, what was it? Just recently, I think it was last week, 2 weeks ago tops, Raquel Gonzalez answered an open challenge from Ronda Rousey, so she got her title match. Somehow skipped everybody else, but okay, maybe she was the first one out there, but she got a title match. So she lost that. She lost the title match, Ronda beat her. So the result of her losing a title match is she gets rewarded with a number 1 contenders match. So she gets another match with the champion. If she wins that, she then gets a title match again. So all you have to do to get a title match is lose. That's what you just told BC, man. Anybody that says, just sit back and enjoy it, you're overthinking it. You couldn't be more wrong. I didn't overthink anything. I have my thinking cap on. Literally and figuratively have my thinking cap on. Thank you, Dustin, Stranger Things. It really does make me smarter. So I got my thinking cap on. And I'm just thinking logically with just a dab, like a little bit of salt on your fucking steak. Just a dab, right? Just a dab. I'm just using a dab of common sense. I'm literally not overthinking anything. I'm just thinking logically with common sense. You're telling me that all you have to do to get title matches is lose. And we've been seeing this for years, but this is just obnoxious. Raquel just got to the roster. She's about to have another title match. Because this isn't done, even though it ended in a schmaz. Raquel's being catapulted right to that. What does it say for the rest of the roster? Now, in WWE's defense, can't believe I'm saying this, they actually alluded to that a little bit. They actually kind of recognized that, right? Because backstage, Shotzi Blackheart is trying to rally up the troops and say, this is not, how is this fair? Why should she get another? So you got Natty back there in her fucking Mount Rushmores. Those things get bigger by the fucking week. I don't have a fucking clue how. All I know is I want to lay my fucking dome piece on them like a couple of pillows at night. Like I'm at a fucking Hilton or a Hyatt, a nice luxury hotel, and I go to lay my dome piece down at night on some nice big fucking pillows. Man, how do you not think, damn, I wish those were a couple of natties. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked because those are way more fun than anything else on this fucking show. So you got Natty in her fucking, her mega bazookas, right? It's Shotzi Blackheart. She's rallying up the troops, so Natty's got her mega bazookas ready to go. You got Shayna Baszler, right? She's probably armed with fruit roll-ups because if you want to beat Shayna Baszler in this company, just roll her up. Give her some fruit. And then you have Aaliyah. And who else was out there with Aaliyah? Aaliyah and who the fuck was with Aaliyah? It doesn't even fucking matter. Who was out there with her, man? I don't even have it. Somebody else, another face was out there with Aaliyah, and they ended up walking out. So it was just Shayna, Natty, and Shotzi. And finally, she gets Natty and Shayna to do something about this. Is outrageous. She's getting another title match. So they go to leave. Somehow, fucking Aaliyah locks Shotzi back in the locker room. So Shotzi Blackheart is locked inside the locker room. Now, I love Shotzi. She played the character pretty good. An hour after SmackDown went off the air, Shotzi sent out what do you call it? A tweeter? She sent out a social media post an hour after the show. Hello? Guys, is anybody left in the arena? Help! Like she was still trapped in there. I love when wrestlers still play the character on their socials. A little bit of kayfabe will help. It'll go a long way. But anyway, at least this showed that somebody thought about how wrong this is, that Raquel's getting another fucking title opportunity. So Shotzi's rallying up troops, and that's exactly what happened. 60 seconds into this match, Natty and Baszler interfere, immediately get their asses whooped. So Shayna and Natty hit the ring like they're going to do something, and instantly they get their asses whooped and look like just the same clowns that they've looked like the last fucking couple of years in this company. We then go to commercial, and oh, fuck. We all knew what we were coming back to, man. We all knew that when we came back from break, holla, 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 playa, an impromptu, ridiculous tag match straight out of Teddy Long's playbook. You knew that when we came back, we were going to get Ronda and Raquel in a tag team match with Shayna and Natty. And that's exactly what we fucking got, man. Oh, how formulaic, how redundant can this company possibly be? If you listen to a BC review a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago when I started this channel, if you listen to a BC review, you're going to hear a lot of the same shit. I'm like a broken record years later. Everything is formulaic. Everything is redundant. Everybody is redundant. And BC and a lot of you guys know what's going to happen before it actually happens. That's not good. Your favorite TV shows, could you imagine watching every episode and already knowing what's going to happen? Could you imagine watching your favorite show and every week in your time slot when you know a new episode is supposed to come out? Could you imagine watching the same fucking episode you just saw last week and the week before and the week previous? It wouldn't be your favorite show anymore. You'd be hard-pressed to watch it. This is what we get. This is how much Vince McMahon gives a fuck about us. This is the most lackadaisical, lazy, obnoxiously pathetic, uncreative booking that you could possibly put out there for an audience. Same shit he does every fucking week with every fucking segment. So we get a fucking horrible tag match. And when I say horrible, the match was 3 minutes, no more. And no shit, it was horrible. I'm using that word. Like, really bad. Like, the match was really bad. You could give him 3 minutes, you could have gave him 30 minutes. It was really bad. There was a short time when Raquel and Baszler were in the ring together, and they were completely botching everything. And I mean everything. Go back and watch for yourself. Raquel, Baszler together, botching everything. You talk about not being on the same page. They were in different libraries. Then Raquel defeats Baszler out of nowhere with a not one roll-up. Shockingly, it was not a roll-up. Baszler loses all the time, but usually it's via a roll-up. No, this wasn't. So this kind of took BC off guard a little bit there, man. It was actually Raquel's tequila bomb, or whatever the fuck she calls it. I don't think it's called tequila bomb, but that's probably what I was thinking, because you would have to have a fucking mega pint of tequila to watch this shit show ever again. You would have to have some type of fucking cold beverage. Or enough fucking coffee to get you fucking wound up like Fred Flintstone and getting you catapulting dome piece first through a brick wall to watch this shit show ever again. So I'm going to call it the tequila bomb. It's just like that. Baszler loses another match. Now I'm sure they're going to try to have a little fucking tag team tournament, make Baszler and Natty look like a dominant force, even though they just lost again. I wouldn't put it past. Get situated. I wouldn't put it past this fucking company, because they have no tag teams, and you want to suspend Sasha and Naomi. Oh, no, for standing up for themselves. Now we'll do a smear campaign and act like They were doing nothing wrong for all these years. They were getting pristine booking. What are you talking about? You're just performers. So they suspend them and they put the tag team titles into a tournament. They just forgot one little fucking major issue. There's no tag team division. It's non-existent. Not even irrelevant. It's non-existent. So I wouldn't put it past this company to put Ronda Rousey and Raquel into a fucking tag team. You're singles champion. They did it before with Asuka. They put her with Charlotte just to give Charlotte a rub. Just so, that's how desperate they were to have Charlotte Flair cheered. They put her with the singles champion at the time, Asuka. Asuka was able to get 0 title defenses. I think the only one I remember was with Alexa Bliss. I think that was during like a Raw. Something like that. Other than that, Asuka just had to play second fiddle to Charlotte Flair. And before that, it was second fiddle to Lana. This company does weird shit like that. They don't value the actual superstars, the real talent. They don't value a division. They don't value a storyline. They value fucking obnoxious chaos. It's almost like they're not happy unless they're internally sabotaging everything in those walls. Our number 1 ends with Los Lotharios, the pool boys. The husband went to work. The desperate housewife, the bored housewife is left at home, and here come the pool boys, looking for some kisses. Humberto and Garza, Los Lotharios, taking on Jinder Mahal and Stanky. This was embarrassing garbage, to say the least. It was an embarrassing garbage fire, actually. From top to bottom, Lotharios are nearly grinding on the ring announcer, Miss Rico shit. You know that ring announcer? I think she's dating. I don't think they're married, but we'll call her Miss Rico shit. She's seeing Ricochet. So they're grinding on her, basically, or trying to. They're in the vicinity of grinding on her. While they're doing that, while they're obnoxiously grinding on Miss Rico shit, Stanky is dancing backstage and all the way to the ring to Jinder's music. So Jinder's in front of Stanky. Stanky is like grinding in his vicinity. I don't even know this dude's over 7 foot tall, and I guess that's gonna it's gonna make people giggle. Right? Basically, I thought it was funny, man. It's okay to be, basically, it's been a hard 2 years, man, the pandemic and everything. We just want to laugh. Oh, trust me, I thought you did with RK Bro. I thought they made you giggle with all their fucking antics. The spelling bees and the scooter races and the fucking quizzes. That didn't make you laugh. What about chasing each other in the 24/7 fucking circus schmaz? Everybody trying to get their steps goal in. That doesn't make you laugh? The weddings with Ninja Tazawa and Tamina and Dana and no, the water gun fights, the people dressing up as bunnies, none of it, drop dancing, none of it made you laugh? Stanky's gonna do it? So here comes fucking Stanky dancing down to the ring. Los Lotharios are dancing around the ring. I'm like, what am I? If a loved one or your worst enemy walks in and fucking sees what you're viewing, how do you explain that? How do you explain that to any fucking? How do you explain that to your pet? Your little fucking dog or your cat comes into the room, looks at what you're watching, looks at you like you're a fucking freak. How do you explain to anybody that doesn't watch this shit that accidentally walks in and says, what the fuck? You'd be better off watching porn. You'd be better off explaining watching porn than watching this shit. It's embarrassing. BC was literally like, what the fuck are we doing, man? The camera's zooming in on Lotharios, grinding up on Miss Ricochet. Then there's a camera zooming in on Stanky, grinding on who the fuck knows what. The finish is Stanky and Garza dancing with one another. This is the finish of the match. On the outside, Garza returns to Miss Ricochet, starts grinding around her. Stanky's behind Garza grinding in his vicinity. Don't even ask. That's another fucking story. So they're fucking grinding and dancing and doing whatever the fuck they're doing. Back on the inside, Humberto pins Jinder. Post-match, Stanky doesn't give a flying fuck that he just lost a match, and he just starts dancing in front of Miss Rico shit. So Miss Rico shit had to fucking endure Los Lotharios all up in her shit. Then when they finally got lost, Stanky then comes over and starts to try to put on moves. Doesn't give a fuck he just lost a match. He just wants to fucking party. He wants to put smiles on everyone's face. Miss Rico shit was moments away from calling the cops. If you saw her face, she's like, oh, what the fuck are we doing here? This wasn't bad. Man, if you don't even try. Beasley, I smiled, man. Good for you. I don't know what you want me to say. This was awful. What the fuck? Could you imagine booking this? Wonder if we have Los Lotharios go out there and just start dancing and grinding in front of Miss Rico shit. And then we'll have Stanky. Stanky will come down, and he'll just start dancing to Jinder's music to the point where Jinder can't even get a hold of him because he's all up in his feels. He's got an internal fucking 90s soundtrack in his dome piece, and he's just feeling the rhythm of the night. I mean, could you imagine Vince McMahon backstage going, yeah, this is funny. This is getting me going. Yeah. I thought it was all shriveled up and done, but now it's coming back to life. Look at it, Paul. Paul, it's coming back to life. McMahon's getting off on this shit. That was our number one. Thankfully, at that point, we were halfway done with this shit, man. But only halfway. Hour number two. Can't say it starts off any fucking better than hour number one or anything in the first hour. Salute. Chip and Dale fucking her. This makes me smile. Chip and Dale. Not this fucking show. KO! Speaking of shows. The KO show starts hour number two. Just one teeny weeny little major massive issue here. He's on Raw. Again, there is no brand split. I've officially stated this. For the first time ever, BC's official statement overrides anything WWE is going to spew to you. But just another area where I got to kind of call that out. The KO show on SmackDown. Okay, we'll just act like nothing. No explanation whatsoever with this company. No rhyme or reason. He for weeks has this feud with Ezekiel because he's so obsessed with finding out if he's the same person or different. But he's on SmackDown enlisting help, and Adam Pearce is just fine. Yeah, come on in, man. Take all the time you want on my 2-hour show. You're a 3-hour show. You get way more time than us, but take all the time you want. Like this would be realistic when? Where? That is like Target, the company, the department store, or whatever you want to call it, the box store, Target, going into Walmart and setting up all their displays inside of Walmart. And Walmart's like, oh, what's up, Target? Okay, yeah, go ahead. Do what you got to do, man. How long are you going to be? 4 hours? Yeah, man. Sell your shit. Yep. We got a good spot right over here, actually. This is where everybody just comes in. So you're going to be the first thing they see in our Walmart. They're going to be able to buy Target shit. That's like McDonald's setting up in Burger King or a Wendy's. And Burger King and Wendy's are like, yeah, come on in, man. Sell your burgers. It makes no sense. The fuck is this guy just getting his KO show on a Raw guy on SmackDown? Nobody wants to ask these questions? I'm overthinking? No. I just at all times have my thinking cap on and I use common sense and logic. I don't overthink any of this. It's pro wrestling. You don't need to overthink a Vince McMahon show. That's how below mediocre it is and below standard it has become. And that's become, I mean, over 5 years now, closer to 10 years. That's how substandard and below it's been. You don't have to overthink it. So, no, BC's not overthinking shit, actually. I'm just calling everything out of logic and common sense. This doesn't make any. Anyway, Owens is out there. His guest is Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, representing the bloodline, I guess, says him. KO wants Zayn to join him on Raw to help take care of Ezekiel. Zayn says he has too much on his plate on SmackDown and the Bloodline really needs him. Bloodline really needs him. Now, this is contradictory. You said you have so much on your plate on SmackDown, but you just showed up on Monday Night Raw. Which is it? See what I mean? Nobody cares anymore about just the minor details. When fans are expecting... Right, we want storylines, man. If Vince McMahon is saying this is a weekly scripted television show like every other because he just exposed himself of that in the smear campaign against Naomi and Sasha. Now, okay, now you're saying this is scripted. Then at least follow your own script, right? But BC's got to call you out on that. All right. Such is life. That's what we'll do, I guess. So he says, I have too much on my plate on SmackDown. The bloodline really needs me. He then says, sorry, Oos. Sami Zayn says, sorry, Oos, to Owens. Now, this was a legit laugh out loud moment for BC. A legit LOL moment, man. I laughed for a good moment there, dude. Because that was funny. How sincere Zayn was when he said, sorry, Oos. And how sincere Owens looked at him. And Owens actually said, and I quote, he says, did you just call me Oos? So BC did laugh at that, man. They then start arguing, KO saying that the bloodline doesn't care about you, just come to Raw with me. And Sami tells KO, because you're saying the bloodline doesn't care about me, well, guess what? Ezekiel and Elias are the same person, pissing off KO. So they kind of start a little argument. It was pretty funny, actually. I can't see this going anywhere that BC would give a fuck about. I just know WWE. And even if there's just no end game here that I think I'm going to care about. And on top of that, it completely blurs the lines of this farce of a brand split. So what I'm saying is I'm seeing a lot more negative than positive in all of this. But I was sports entertained for a good 4 minutes. I had a laugh. I had a laugh. WWE, put a smile on my face. I'd rather uphold the standard of a character or a storyline over a smile on my face. But yes, for the first time in fucking 3 months, I legit LOL'd. Wow, WWE gets an applause. Gunther and Ludwig then defeat IC champion Ricochet and Drew Gulak. Of course they beat Rico. That's why we call him Ricochet. We have respect for Ricochet. It sucks we have to call him Ricochet. But look at his booking the last year plus, closer to 2 years. And then in a snap of a finger, they put a title on him. And people are like, see, everyone complained when he was being booked like shit. Now that he's champ, they're still complaining. Look at how he is booked. There was one night, just 2 months ago, right after he won the title, he lost against both Los Lotharios members. Last night, he's losing an insignificant, irrelevant tag match. This is his booking. If you want him to win a title and actually give him a real push, we're down with that, but just do it correctly. In one night, after being booked basically like a jobber, I called him the mayor of Jobberville. That's what I used to call him. Can't say I shouldn't be calling him that anymore, because he still kind of is, even with a gold title. But we called him mayor of Jobberville for a reason, and then in one night, Vince just puts a title on him. Don't you want to show people that you've turned the corner, build up wins, then get the title? No, in 1 week, Finn Balor, who's also been booked like a chump, and Ricochet both got championships. And we're supposed to feel a certain way about them in a blink of a fucking eye, snap of a finger, drop of a hat. Not gonna happen, bro. The reason we look at Ricochet like a jobber is because over time you built him up to be such. So subconsciously, we now look at Ricochet like Ricochet. A title is not gonna change that. The booking will. He was losing again last night. Gunther and Ludwig defeated Ricochet and Drew Gulak. Ludwig pins Gulak, and Ricochet was, who knows, probably ordering a fucking hot dog up in the stands from Butch at the moment of Gulak's loss. But it's a tag match. IC champ loses as well. That's champions in WWE. Sounds about right. Championships mean nothing. Champions mean even less. The IC title reign, man. Gunther needs to just take the title off of shit. Honestly, the IC title reign, this IC title reign, just like most of them, is obnoxiously bad. You want to book Ricochet finally properly? Do it. I'm all for it. Most of you guys are. We know his talent. Do it properly. Do it the right way. Then put him to a fucking title when you, Vince, are ready to properly book the title. Not just the talent. Because this is just bad. Nobody's got any fucking emotion or feeling when Rico shit is out there. And let's not act like the dude can cut a promo. He needs to be working on his own game. Rico shit needs to be working on his promos to make sure that they're not shit every time he gets a chance to speak. These are harsh critiques, but it's going to help everybody in the long run. The main event was a 6-man schmaz, New Day and a mystery man. Ooh, a little bit of suspense. Keep people fucking watching the whole 2 hours. And they're taking on Butch, Bitch, and Botch. Sheamus, Butch, and Holland. I call them Butch, Bitch, and Botch for justified reasons. The whole show they're pumping up who this mystery guy could possibly be. And when it was time for the big reveal, it was, drum roll, Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre. Can you hear me? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Check, check. Drew McIntyre. Chicka, chicka, check. The big reveal after 2 hours of pumping up a mystery man is Drew McIntyre. Seriously, bro? Now, I like Drew. Most of us do. Drew's such a good dude, man. Such a good dude, and he deserves so much from this company, by the way. But really, bro? That's the surprise mystery man? He's on the roster. We see this dude every fucking week. Okay, he took a couple weeks off, maybe, I believe. Maybe. Was it 2 weeks? 3? Doesn't even feel like it. I mean, he's there every week. That's not you pumped this up like it was going to be some big reveal. Somebody we haven't seen in the longest of times. Maybe a return. Now, most of us that know Vince and WWE, especially as of late, we weren't actually getting our hopes up to that level because we knew it was going to be somebody. More specifically, we knew it was going to be Drew. But damn, the way they were pumping this thing up and then Drew just comes out. Drew, it was a good match, obviously. I mean, lots of action, right? 6-man, you got ping pong balls everywhere. But you know what? I ain't going to hate on it, man. It was a good match. I don't know what you want me to say about it. There was no care. It's a 6-man. Drew claymores Holland and then tags Woods in for his flying elbow and subsequent pin over Holland. It felt like it was for Big E. It felt like it was in honor of Big E, right? Drew claymores Holland, but looks at Woods, tags Woods, and Woods finishes him off. And it felt a little bit more important, a little bit more special, like it was specifically for Big E. So I did like that. Post-match, Drew channels his inner Stanky. We go off the air with Drew McIntyre dancing like Stanky. Or I don't know what he was doing. He was like cutting the rope or whatever and then he's boogieing down like a minion. Drew McIntyre. I mean, you have everybody dancing last night to put smiles on your face for Memorial Day weekend. Man, I miss when professional wrestling was just fucking awesome. It was ruthless. Yeah, bad guys were doing shit that, I don't care if it's Memorial Day weekend, July 4th, Christmas night. The bad guys are over a fucking good guy, beating the shit out of them, 10-on-1, whatever the fuck. And we went off the air, and kids are crying because their hero needs to get revenge. They got beat up. Every fucking show now, man, has to put a smile on your face. I'm going to put everybody on their Miz now, man. That's it. That's the show. Approaching a fucking hour long. We're going to end it there. We're going to let Sasha free. She needs to go watch her fucking movie. I can't watch it today, though, man. I got a lot to do. You know that. Poor Sasha's going to be in the movie theater watching this herself. But can't you get this on like Disney.com or Disney Plus or something? Chippendale's movie? I thought that's not just in theaters. I don't know. I can't watch it today. What do you want me to do? I got a lot to do. I just spent the fucking hour talking about this shit show. Anyway, let me know again, guys. Do you guys want to see an AEW Double or Nothing tomorrow night live review reaction? Good, the bad, and the ugly. You guys get to decide every match. I'll be doing more play-by-play for peeps, but let me know down below. Much love and respect to all you guys. Until next time, BC signing off, saying check you later. Think, be, live, amped always. Sasha, hit my motherfucking mute. Sasha's jumping the gun there. I like it. All right. She got that hand on the... She's ready to go watch Chippendale's movie, bro. Hurry up, BZ. You went over an hour, motherfucker. Check you guys. You might fucking go. All right, go. Go then. Go. Go enjoy yourself. You're off the clock.